Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now for this segment is going to be a What's Hot. And what's hot right now, I got to talk about this. It happened a couple days ago, but I got to talk about it, man. Jermall Charlo.
Hey.
Finally. Now, we know Erislandy Lara was talking a lot of shit on Twitter. Demetrius Andrade said a few words. He backtracked and was like, well, let me get a couple fights under my belt first. And all of this is in reference to going up to 160 to challenge Gennady Golovkin, right? I think Erislandy Lara truly would fight Golovkin if Golovkin made an offer. The problem there is you're doing all the talking, nigga. Just go to 160 and fight the motherfucker then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you announce that you're going to 160, and you're like, yeah, I'm there, motherfucker, I'm here, and he still doesn't acknowledge you, then I feel you. But he hasn't made any announcement of going to 160. He's just talking about fighting Golovkin. Well, you know, Golovkin, we all know, K2, Abel Sanchez, they're not putting him in hard fights. Like I said before, and I know motherfuckers are going to be like, what are you talking about? Daniel Jacobs! I'll say it again. Daniel Jacobs is going to get knocked out. Okay? If he beats Daniel Jacobs, and I said this a long time ago when we kind of broke down the fight on a different What's Hot segment, I'm still not giving Gennady Golovkin the type of credit that all you Golovkin fans want me to give him. Oh, he beat an elite fighter. He beat an A-level fighter. I'm not giving him that when he knocks out Danny Jacobs. Why? Because, again, it's another fight where I know it's a mismatch, especially looking at the training regimen Danny Jacobs is doing right now. Motherfucker is skinny. Go look at Danny Jacobs. He's skinny. That is the wrong game plan for Gennady Golovkin. You can't be... Why are you taking away your size? That's a whole nother fucking Anyway, but like I said, that further fuels my prediction that Gennady Golovkin will be knocking this dude out, okay? Secondly, Danny Jacobs is a level fighter, in my opinion. He's not A level. He's B level. Exactly at B. Maybe B plus, maybe, but at B. You know, he's down there with Billy Hope. You know what I'm saying? David Lemieux, Curtis Stevens. He's down there with those guys. The only difference between the only edge I would give him is that he better places his punches than all of those guys. He has more power, and he's a little more dynamic than those guys. Those David Lemieux and Curtis Stevens are one-dimensional, whereas Danny Jacobs, he can actually box from the outside a little bit if he wants to. He can also be aggressive if he wants to be. So he's more dynamic than those guys, but he's still a B-level fighter. Okay.
Yeah.
But anywho, Jermall Charlo vacates his IBF title. Jarrett Hurd and Tony Harris fighting for the IBF title at 154. Jermall Charlo has stated he wants Gennady Golovkin. I believe that is his sole reasoning for going to 160. And he stated before fighting Julian Williams that he'd go to 160.
Yeah.
But I think that's his sole reasoning, fam, for going to 160. He wants Gennady Golovkin. Will this fight ever happen?
You know what, 2K? I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will. It's a very strong possibility that it will happen. You know, somewhere down the line. And if Golovkin is able to stick around age-wise, you know, body-wise. I think he's about 35 right now. So if Jermall doesn't get Golovkin, then at least I think a very good consolation prize is going to be Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
You know, given Canelo moves up to 160 and stays at 160, he's going to 164.5, but we don't know if he's going to stay, you know, within that 160-pound weight range or whatever the case may be. But either way it goes, two very good fights. I'm actually very glad that Jermall Charlo moved up to 160 pounds. I've seen the guy in person, and he is Me and him are about the same height, and I actually weigh. If I think he was fighting at 154, I'm almost 200 pounds now, and just from the eye test, he's a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it was a great move, and a lot of people are gonna maybe looking at it kind of with a side eye and saying, I don't know. But let me just run down a couple, just some heights for you guys to let you know that he's not doing anything that's outside of his physical range. You got Gennady Golovkin, who I think is maybe about 5'10". You've got Billy Joe Saunders, and these are champions. You've got Billy Joe Saunders, who I believe is 5'11", and you got Danny Jacobs, who is 6 feet tall. Well, guess what? Jermall Charlo is right at about 6 feet or 6'1". He's right there. So he's in line with these guys, and he has the physical build and mass to be able to be in the ring with these guys. And he also has the skill set. So I love the move to 160, man. I think it was a very, very, very well-timed move. He's leaving the weight division because he just simply can't make the weight. The guy is growing out of the weight division. This isn't one of those Adrian Broner cases or something like that to where he's not disciplined. A lot of, something else that the viewers may not know, I have a identical twin brother. If I shaved my beard off, I would probably look just like this dude.
Just like him.
Yeah. And I can tell you guys that all through our lives, I was always five pounds or more heavier than my identical twin. So for anybody looking at this going, well, if Jermall can make the weight Jermall should be able to do, he's just being lazy, he doesn't want to, that's not the case. These guys are twins, and me and my brother are twins. It's just your physical, your genetic makeup in terms of body mass, your physicality. It differs.
Yeah, you got different bodies. Even, y'all could be identical, but you still, he has his body, you have yours. That's stupid.
Absolutely.
That's a stupid logic. Whoever said that, slap the shit out of them for me, dog.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, like I said, a lot of people that are looking at this kind of crazy. Look, it is a great, great, great move, man. I can't wait to see him at 160 because I know he's going to fit perfectly in that weight class. There are a lot of guys that he can go at that aren't champions right now that will build him up to that level to be able to challenge those guys a bit more comfortably. One of the knocks on Golovkin that I've had is the 160-pound weight class just isn't that competitive. When you look at it in comparison to 154 and 147, you don't have those names there. So Jermall can definitely make his bones at 160 pounds, and he actually adds a little bit more credit to this weight class by coming into it. So I can't wait to see his next fight, man. I think it's going to be really, really, really good. And the only thing that I'm hoping for, and I believe it'll happen, is I hope his power translates to 160. I believe his skill set will because he has a beautiful jab, and no matter what weight class you're in, that's something that you just can't really, make up for. Is a great jab. So he's going to take that, but I really want that solid right hand, and those other power shots to make that transition. So this should be interesting.
I think it will make that transition, man, because if you look at how he throws his punches, he places them extremely well, and he sits down on every punch that he throws. Even his jab, he's sitting on that bitch.
Yeah,
so
strong.
I think it will it'll transfer to 160. I really believe that. Now, will it be enough to hurt some of the top guys up there? I think Danny Jacobs, he's got that crystal light chin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Golovkin, remains to be seen. That's an excellent fight. I hope K2 actually tries to get that fight made, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Next! I'm about to I'm trying to think if I should do this now or later. Fuck it, let's do it now. I'm about to commit some fuckery, everybody. Shout out to, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, My Brazil. She always says that I hate Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate him. I like Deontay Wilder, but I know there's some things that need to be said as far as who he's fighting after he beat Bermane Stiverne. Now, I do ride with him about Alexander Povetkin 100%.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He tried to go to Russia when he didn't have to. You know, you look at the situation. He's the fucking reigning champion. Alexander Povetkin's the #1 contender. He should be fighting his bitch ass over here in the United States. Okay. But Andre Ryabinski won the purse bid. Deontay was like, instead of Deontay being like, nah, I'm dropping this belt, which a lot of you motherfuckers out there said, y'all said once Ryabinski wins the purse bid that Deontay Wilder was so scared of Alexander Povetkin that he was going to drop his WBC title. Wilder said, he did exactly that. And said, I'm not fucking dropping my belt. I'm going to Russia. Give me my motherfucking plane ticket. So I ride with him 100% on that. But you look at the history, man. Johan Duhaupas, Eric Molina, Arthur Spilker. Chris Arreola was last minute. I don't fault him for that. Now we got Gerald Washington. Before that it was Andre
Warasic,
something
like that.
That's his name, Blocker. You know what I'm saying? And then he issues a statement. He's getting a lot of blowback about not picking Luis Ortiz for February 24th. Now, I actually kind of agree with him on this. He says, quote, it would have been stupid to face a killer for this fight. Basically, it would have been dumb to bring in a killer like Luis Ortiz with only, 3 to 4 weeks left to train and to get used to a slick southpaw like Luis Ortiz as a fill-in for Andre Blocker. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of agree with him because Deontay Wilder does not have the skill set, in my opinion. He still makes very, very crucial mistakes. One being when he's backing up, keeps his fucking hands extended like this, and he's like this, and it's easy to get hit that way. Another one is when fighters are piling on the aggression, he doesn't hold. What Vladimir Klitschko did to Alexander Povetkin, that's what Deontay Wilder needs to do for these smaller guys that are trying to get inside of him. Hold these motherfuckers. Don't get hit by flush uppercuts like you did against Eric Molina. Move or hold, nigga. One or the other. When they've got you, they're so close that you're smothering your punches on the inside. Move or hold and create space, rinse and repeat. Okay?
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that. Another thing, a guy like Luis Ortiz, while I don't think he would try to get inside of Deontay Wilder, he will use that footwork. I think Deontay Wilder has good footwork when he's dictating the pace. He's got a guy who can jab and move as quick as Luis Ortiz can. I don't think his footwork is up to par to keep up with a guy like a Luis Ortiz. Even a guy like David Haye, the footwork he has, I don't think he has the footwork to keep up with those faster heavyweights.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with him, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man. Like, Luis Ortiz is talking so much shit. Where is the, Deontay comes off as a cat, and shout out to my man, Big Cool and Twan. They interviewed him for our podcast, Deontay Wilder. He's a good dude, I like his character. He's very charismatic. He talks a lot. It's what we need in the sport. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the way you market yourself, fam, like, you got to take these bigger fights.
Yeah.
If you lose, it's okay. Like, motherfuckers are so scared to lose, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe because boxing has become more of a business, the longer you stay undefeated, the more money you could possibly make. But if Deontay Wilder loses to Luis Ortiz, for one, that's pretty much expected by a lot of the people out there. Number two, he was an elite heavyweight. You're not losing to Bryant Jennings. You're not losing to Mike Perez. Hell, you're not losing to Artur Spilka. You're losing to one of the top 4 heavyweights in the division. And yes, top 4 because he's better than Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a motherfucker that don't got a title, but he's better than one of the title holders.
Mm-hmm.
So, come on, dog. Like, you got to take these big fights. So I'm kind of 50-50. He did just come off of a layoff because of his injury. And I do kind of agree with him on this, but at the same time, it's like, come on, fam. This is like, what is this, his 6th or his 5th? Might be his 5th defense of the title. And they've been all guys that we already know he can beat. What do you think, man?
Man, you know what? Everybody knows I am a Deontay Wilder fan.
The spokesman.
That's my dude. Yep. Hey, exactly. Yep. That's my dude, man. But I actually agree. I agree with what you just said. And to sort of take your position, I'm 50-50 with it as well. Because I do believe that Deontay needs to start fighting some of the top heavyweights, the upper echelons of the heavyweight division. And if there's a way to start with Luis Ortiz, that'd be a great start. Whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter. You know, but the only reason why I'm going to give him, the only reason why I'm 50-50 is because he is coming off of a severely broken right hand where he had the pins in his right hand and a torn, I believe it was a torn right bicep.
No doubt.
So he is coming off of some pretty bad injuries, and I would not want, even though I want that fight, I wouldn't want to see that fight coming off of an injury only because, and listen to me when I say this, viewers, not because I'm protecting Deontay Wilder like you guys protect Pacquiao and all these other guys from getting in the ring with the tough dudes, only because I don't want to have any excuses. I don't want to be able to say, well, hey, man, he was coming off of, a broken hand and a torn bicep. Maybe he had a little bit more to give, but, those injuries, kind of stagnated his career or whatever. So that's the only reason why I don't want to see that fight right now. But after this fight against Gerald Washington, the pressure and the heat is on.
Absolutely.
I need Deontay Wilder to be in the ring with the Luis Ortizes, the Brian Jennings, if you want to put him up there, the winner of Vladimir, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, whenever he gets back on track, Joseph Parker. I want to start seeing some collecting of these belts.
Absolutely.
And I believe we all need to call for that. Deontay Wilder is, after all, our American heavyweight champion. We need some collection, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do this, man. Let's do this. So that's the only reason why I'm in between right now is because of the injury. But I do think that's a great fight. Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder. I like that fight. I want that fight, for both guys because it's way past due with Luis Ortiz.
Yeah.
So if Wilder were to beat him, that would be an excellent name to have on your resume because right now, Ortiz is the boogeyman of the division. Absolutely. Nobody wants to get in the ring with the guy.
Absolutely.
So, so the risk and reward factor, it's there. You just have to look at it a certain type of way. A lot of these guys look at the risk reward in terms of monetary means. But at the same time, you have to look at it from a competitive standpoint as well. And you got to say, look, if I beat this dude, I just beat the boogeyman. Come one, come all. But at the end of the day, I understand where Wilder's coming from. But again, we have to turn the heat on.
I agree 100%, man. And one thing to add real quick before we go to the next topic, Deontay Wilder's statement, maybe like last month, I can't remember how far back, but he said in response to fighting Luis Ortiz that he would never fight him because he was a cheater. And basically saying, he's skeptical of these motherfuckers now. Once you're a cheater, you're always a cheater, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Luis Ortiz responded almost immediately by enrolling into VADA.
Yep.
And in doing so, the WBC moved him up from the number 3 contender to the 2nd, right? Behind Bermane Stiverne. Why is Bermane Stiverne number 1? Because he only beat one fighter after losing to Deontay Wilder by the name of Derek Rossi, who is a fucking complete journeyman. He beat him. I think he went to the decision with this guy, too. So why he's number 1, I have no fucking idea. But Luis Ortiz is number 2, so he inched himself closer after Deontay said what he said. So Luis is like, nigga, I want to fight.
Yeah.
And just me, the type of person I am, fam. Like, motherfucker challenge me like that, bro. I'm going in there. If I lose, I lose. It's dog.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. Next. You know, this is a good one, man. Andre Dirrell is actually coming back to boxing, man. I mean, this motherfucker has so many layoffs, fam. I got to keep looking, make sure this nigga ain't in prison or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker doing jail stints and shit before fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's coming back supposedly this May or April. And it's going to be a fight against Jose, I might fuck his name up, Uzcategui. He's a Latin American fighter. Now, Jose Uzcategui, he's beaten guys like Rogelio Porky Medina. He KO'd Julius Jackson in the 2nd round, actually. He only has one loss, and he lost to Matt Corabo. So he's actually a pretty good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Pretty decent fighter. A lot of bums on his resume, but some of the contenders in the respective divisions that he's fought in, he's actually beat those guys, right? So he's a respected fighter. He was actually supposed to fight James DeGale, because James DeGale did not vacate the IBF title after the draw with Badou Jack. He was supposed to fight him, but James DeGale had an injury to his septum. Now, I was like, what the fuck is a septum? You know what I'm saying? So I just took the liberty of getting the definition of a septum. A partition separating two chambers, such as between the nostrils or the chambers of the heart. So, sounds like it could be kind of serious. But
pretty serious.
They said it was, the report is it's a minor injury to his septum.
Okay.
So, but he couldn't take this fight with Jose. So in replace of that, they're saying, okay, this will be an IBF title eliminator between Jose and Andre Dirrell. What do you think about this fight, man?
I actually like it.
Yeah.
You know, it gets Andre Dirrell back in contention, you know, and it gets him back in the ring. You mentioned earlier, this guy has so many layups, and I honestly don't know why. You know, I look at Andre Dirrell as one of those very talented, gifted fighters that just doesn't fight enough. You know, I mean, I remember back when the Super Six was going on, and this guy was in the ring with Carl Froch. You know, and
he won, by the way.
I was just finna say I had him winning that fight.
Yep.
You know, but since then, I mean, it's almost like a roller coaster. You know, the guy's career is up, you know, when he's in the ring, and it's down when he's out of the ring, because you don't hear anything about him. There's really no explanation for these layoffs. You know, I don't know if he can't get fights or what the case may be, or maybe it's a promotional issue. I'm not sure. I just know that Andre Dirrell needs to be back in the ring, fighting so many times a year, so he can get himself back at back as a title holder. You know, I think when you're that talented and gifted, you should be a title holder, or you should be fighting for the title.
Yep.
You know, he went up against James DeGale. James DeGale beat him, and like I said, since then it seemed like he was on another layoff.
Yeah.
So I like this fight just for the simple fact that it gets him back in the ring. It is an eliminator, and it just gets us seeing him again. I mean, damn, dude, like, come on. I mean, I wish there was a better excuse. You know, I wish I could say, well, hey, he was going, you know, he's had some injuries or whatever the case may be, and maybe that is it, but we just don't know. You don't hear enough about him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and shout out to Andre, man. We He's a really good dude. We interviewed him on our podcast.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Like he gets in these fights, and then the nigga got to put his jumpsuit back on and head back to prison. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's almost like. I mean, he fought once after James DeGale. He fought Blake Caparello.
Okay.
That was in April of 2016. The DeGale fight was May of 2015. Like, you're having 1 year layoffs. Bro, like, come on, man. You 33 years old, nigga. Like, get in the fucking ring, dog. You are wasting your talents, man. And I told him that on the podcast. I said, bro, you need to get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I said, you are a guy that I looked at one point and said, that motherfucker is going to be a world champion.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and he was gracious. He was, I appreciate that, man. I was like, you know, in my head, I'm like, no, nigga, I don't need you to be gracious. I need you to be like, yeah, let me get in the ring right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. So hopefully it's not official. It was on Jose, what the fuck is his name? Jose Atigue's website. Real fucked up.
Okay.
It was on his website or whatnot. That's where the source found that information. But hopefully it goes down, man. We get my man in the ring. He can win.
Yeah, man.
Match with James DeGale, and possibly he can start off where he left off in that fight.
Yes.
Next! And the last of this segment. And the fuckery begins.
Uh-oh.
Jose Pedraza is eyeing a return in the ring, but not at 130, at 135. And one of the names that he's thinking about fighting is Robert Easter Jr. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Okay, all right. I don't believe this shit anyway. I think he comes back to 135. I mean, I think he comes back and going into 135. But he damn for sure ain't fighting no Robert Easter. First of all, he's talking about coming back May or June. He's gonna start training this coming Monday, right? He said he's got a list of names. Robert Easter Jr. is one of them. But Robert Easter has a mandatory, and Dennis Shafikov, who rightfully earned his spot. Actually, the fight he took with Luis Cruz, I thought that was gonna be Dennis Shafikov because he beat Richard Comey to become the #1 guy, the mandatory for the IBF title. Now Robert Easter can't ignore that, so that's who he'll probably fight next. And Jose Pedraza will probably fight somebody else. They need to throw a bum in there, dog. Like, straight motherfucker with a record of 5-76, dog. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because based on the way he looked against Tank Davis, hell nah, fam. Yo, what they need to do is they need to go find a real-life Glass Joe and put that nigga in the ring with him. Record is 1-99. I hope to God you don't give him his second win.
Hey, there we go. Yep.
Real talk, fam. What you think about this shit, man?
Man, you know what, 2K? I really don't have much to say because I don't know why Robert Easter Jr. even popped in his head. You know, even if he is thinking about going to 135, like, dude, you just took a pretty bad beating against a guy that was 130 pounds.
And he's not as good as Robert Easter either.
Exactly. Why are you trying to move up to 135 and probably take an even worse beating against a guy that's taller and longer than the guy that you just got beat up by? I mean, come on, man. You know, I really don't know. You know, maybe he's trying to cash out and he's just going for everybody right now. I don't know what the case may be, but you want to move up to 135, and I want to challenge Robert Easter. Come on, man. Come on, 2K. I mean, like I said, I don't know where it comes from. Yeah. I really don't, man. I really don't. But if that's what he wants to do, then you know what? He could be another name on that list. Right after Luis, what's the cat name, 2K? Luis Cruz.
Yeah.
Right after Luis Cruz. You know, shit, I mean, Robert Easter probably don't even have to train too much. You know? I'm just saying, man. Come on, dude.
Be like Damon Wayans on the Great White Hype.
Hey,
damn, Michael Conlon. That was his name in the Irish cat. I think his name was Michael Conlon. I can't remember his fucking name, but he be in there fucking training all hard and shit like Rocky. You got Damon Wayans on the couch eating some goddamn strawberry ice cream and shit.
Yeah.
That would be Robert
man.
Easter, fam. Niggas
That's
eating
a
peanuts
classic.
and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, he said that 140. It's been an ongoing issue trying to make weight at 130. I said 140 earlier, but 130.
Okay.
So moving to 135 is the best move for his career and for his body. Hey, if you can't make 130, is what it is. But just like Adrian Broner and Lamont Peterson, again, Jose Pedraza, you're in between a fucking rock and a hard place. Because at 135, you can't beat none of them niggas, fam. Like, he might have an opportunity against Terry Flanagan, the UK fighter. He may have an opportunity against him just stylistically, but I still think Terry Flanagan probably beats him, especially if the fight would be over there in the UK. So, I don't know, man. Hey, it is what it is. If he has no choice, he has no choice.
Yeah.
All right. Do what you do in the comment section. YouTube, we're going to go ahead and conclude this video right here. But be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.